psychic energy.
The Calling.
And good evening, everyone. This is Jerry from The Calling, along with Kimberly Juarez and that other one, Willow Lama Shot. I always forget Kim's.
Wow.
I never forget Willow's, but
Sorry,
sorry.
Jerry. You're getting older. It's okay.
Yep, that's what it is.
Sorry, I'm concentrating because I was having problems. My headset it was kind of sucky, and so now hopefully this one is much better with sound. So we'll see. We will see. So hey, how you doing, ladies?
Oh, we're good. I'm good. There's a thunderstorm going on. Hopefully, I don't get struck by lightning because I'm plugged in. But yeah.
Oh, well, that's not good.
No. Ooh.
No.
Oh, I just saw that.
I'm telling you.
Oh my God, I can hear
That's
it.
awesome.
Yeah.
Wow.
It's all right. I do the show in hurricanes, thunderstorms, no problem. The show must go on.
Right.
Willow just lit up. It was great, you guys.
I know. I've seen that too, and I could hear it.
Ooh, it's right on top
There's
of
some
me.
more.
Woo.
It's either thunder or she's really hungry.
Well, it's or angry because there's like
Yeah, I was
flashes of
gonna
light.
say. Gosh, what great effects for this.
I know. I brought them. Isn't that awesome? Just bringing the
That's
sound effects,
right.
guys.
I know. Look at
Making it
that.
spooky. Woohoo!
Okay, so how have you ladies been?
Good. I've been busy with my gardening YouTube channel.
Oh, that's right. What is the YouTube channel again? That's
Willow's Witchy Garden.
That's cool.
Witchy Garden.
I like
So
that.
what do you grow? Like
Tomatoes.
Eye of Newt and stuff? Oh, okay.
Well, I do have herbs. I have horehound and motherwort, things like that. Feverfew, toothache plant.
Pot.
No, that's illegal here, Jerry.
Well, that's funny.
No, my landlord asked me the same thing, and I'm like, no, that's illegal.
So, well, keep going, ladies. You got the banter going. I'm trying to say
okay.
hello to everybody.
Oh, okay.
God.
Well, I'm also growing lots of peppers and things. I have
Nice.
32 pepper plants and 22 tomato plants. And I have more growing
Wowza.
Wow.
to go out. Yeah.
Do you
Nice.
actually eat that many?
Well, last year I had a really bad harvest of tomatoes. So I'm experimenting, and that's what the channel's all about, is my experiments.
Oh,
What else does a witch do? You know, we experiment, we try new things, and yeah.
Gotcha. Well, like, how much land do you have for all this?
Oh, not very much. I
Okay.
rent a house with a very small backyard.
Okay.
I would say it's about maybe 20 feet by 15 feet wide. So it's not very big, but I have raised beds. I put concrete block beds in and lots of
Nice.
container garden.
I think that's
I'll
cool.
be darned.
Yeah. I encourage people to grow their own food. That was the whole purpose behind what I do.
I'll be darned.
I used to do it. I did. I used to make tomato soup, which was the best, with these heirloom tomatoes. So I do know a little bit about tomato growing. So yeah.
Well, you know, I did much better when I was up north growing tomatoes than down here. Like with a short growing season,
Yeah.
when I lived up in the Rockies, I could grow heirlooms like crazy.
Oh yeah,
down-
I bet.
But down here in the humidity, not so much. That's why I'm doing a lot of experimenting.
Wow.
That's why I didn't have a good harvest last year.
Oh. Where is
So
up north? Where are you talking about up north?
I used to live, when I was married before, I lived up in Canada. I lived in British Columbia in the Rockies.
Oh, wow.
Oh. Now, where are you originally from?
Indiana.
Oh,
What?
okay.
Yeah. Good old farm country. Yeah. But there is more than corn in Indiana, I will tell you that.
Like, what else is there?
Like my ex, my ex-husband, I stay away from him.
So there's corn and there's your ex.
Yeah, pretty much.
Yeah, that's pretty much it.
That's it. Yeah. I don't go back there.
Yeah.
No offense to anybody that lives in Indiana. I'm sure you're lovely people. It's just I don't want to go back.
And guess what? They're saying, we don't want you there.
Probably.
Okay, so we've got a whole bunch of different things to talk about. This is the Paranormal Babble. And what is Paranormal Babble? It's whatever just pops out of our mouth we talk about that's paranormal, or little things that we found that we thought would be interesting, which actually I don't have a clue. I'm
Me neither.
old school and you're old school. So
Yeah.
thank God we got new school with us.
Yeah.
I'm the oldest one of the three. How am I? The new
Well,
school.
you have time for stuff. I mean, I got to take a nap.
Oh,
Oh,
yeah, gotta
that's
take those
right.
snaps, Jer. Yeah.
Well, I do live in a very paranormally active location, I suppose.
Oh, yeah.
So,
Definitely.
Right.
yeah.
So when people come to town and stuff like that, do they actually come up to you when they see you out there in your little table and stuff? And do they ask you about what's the most paranormal active place that they can go to?
I've had a few ask me, but really it's hard to get into some of those locations unless you, like, a lot of our hotels are haunted, but you have to rent a room, and they don't want you to go in and like do video because they don't want anybody to know their hotel's haunted, even though it's like on the list of the top 10 haunted hotels in the country. Yeah, it makes
You
no
know,
sense to me.
That is the truth. Honestly,
Yeah.
that you're right, Willow. That is the truth. Because, and why do that? Why sit there and say you're the top 10 places? And I could say one, but of course I'm not going to say it. But we do have one in Minnesota that does that too, and they're supposedly the most haunted place, but yet they don't want you videotaping in there. I don't
They're
get that.
so because they're afraid people won't rent the rooms. Do they not understand how many people are interested in the paranormal today, and how they would
Right.
probably have more people going there to
Absolutely.
just investigate just their room? I mean, I've done that. So I'm going to tell you, it's the Provincial Hotel here. That is one of the most top 10 haunted locations in the country. It was a French military hospital, and it's right in the French Quarter. Okay. When I first went in there, I had my tour business, Black Rose Tours, and I wanted to just talk about it with the manager and put some brochures in and things like that. And I mentioned to the one manager, now there's two managers, there's a daytime manager and a nighttime manager. Talking with the one manager, he was freaking out because we could not tell anybody the place was haunted. And I even said to him, I said, do you not realize if you look up your hotel, it comes
Right.
up on the top 10 haunted hotels?
Absolutely.
Why are you not wanting that? Well, we just don't want to emphasize it. I said, have you seen the tour group standing outside your door every night doing their tours and talking about your hotel? My group is one of them. I'm not going to stop because you're on the list. But the other manager, I needed to rent a room back in 2017 when my friend came to town, and her and I wanted to investigate the room just to see if the claims were accurate. And lo and behold, I brought in my whole group, and it was very active. We got lots and lots of evidence that night. We did the SLS. We did all kinds of stuff. We had the spirits interacting. I said, can you wave at me? It's waving at me, on the SLS.
I
You
love
name it.
that.
Yeah, right? And it was so awesome. So I never said anything to the managers.
Hmm.
But what happened was 2 years later, I needed to rent a room because they were raising my house.
Hmm.
And I wanted to rent this other hotel. They were packed. So I couldn't get into that when it was the holidays. It was around Christmas.
Hmm.
So I called the provincial again and I said, I'd like to rent a room. I need it for like 3 nights, raising my house, blah, blah, blah. And my landlord's going to pay for it because he had funding for that. So I thought I might as well investigate
Right.
again while I'm here. And so that's what I did. But they first put me in another building. So there's like 5 buildings on the property. I needed building 5, but they didn't have a room yet. So I went the next day because there was no activity in the room they put me in. And I'm like, no, this is not going to work. I need a haunted location if I'm going to stay in a hotel.
Right.
So I go back up to the front and I said, I really don't like my room. It's really not up to what I was hoping for. And I talked to the other manager that knew who I was. And he goes, oh, you want building 5, correct? And I'm like, yes, I would love a room in building 5. So they ended up putting me on the bottom floor in a bigger room for the same price. And that place was off the hook haunted. I had so much fun. So I did investigations for 2 nights in that room. And it was
Nice.
awesome. It was awesome. And I had some of the same ghosts or spirits coming through that were in the 2017 investigation come through again, the same little girl.
Wow.
You know, when it comes to places, that's what a lot of people don't think about. I mean, sure, if they're hoity-toity and, they have a silver spoon up their wazoo, they don't want that kind of stuff. But the
Hmm.
real people out there, you're right, they do want to go and see that stuff and investigate it. And
Right.
if a person doesn't talk about it, especially if it is and stuff, it's they can make money off that, like the Humbird.
Yeah.
The
Yeah.
Humbird to me
Yeah.
is one of the biggest haunted hotels in Wisconsin.
Right.
Hmm.
And Sim, my team, we're the only team that's allowed to investigate in it. They're not
Hmm.
allowing anybody else to. But you can go and rent a room there and you'll experience it because
Right.
Right.
most of it comes to you while you're sleeping, which
Right.
is extremely interesting. I kind of like that, you
Yeah.
know, and that, uh, you know, I just don't get people. I mean, if they have a place that's haunted and you're not a 5 star,
Right.
you need something else that's going to bring people in. And
Right.
Yeah.
it's that, but there is teams though. I'm not going to mention the team that's just up in Izani that plays off people's names. But anyway, uh, they do want to go and stay at the hotel, so they stay there. Next thing you know, they're doing a Facebook Live on investigating and stuff, and that's not right. I mean, they give tours and stuff. Stick with the tours. If you
Right.
don't want to do that and get stuck with tours, then find do your research. Find a place that you don't have to pay for that
Right.
is a haunted location and ask for permission
Right.
to
Yeah.
do an
That's the
investigation.
thing too. And I mean, that's the thing too, Jerry. You're right about that because, also I would assume that some of these places, if you're like a bigwig, like, there's some of these bigwig paranormal groups, and there's one on television that we all know of, and they play off these haunted places. They make it worse sometimes than it really is. Like saying, "Oh my God, it's the devil's in there," and blah blah blah. So I'm assuming that's probably why a lot of them don't like, you to do a lot of the live
Yeah.
part of it. So I'm assuming that's a lot. But then you got to think again, you're top notch. It's advertised on your computer. Any promotion, whatever, it's advertised as the most haunted place ever. So, you're going to get that, so I don't know.
It's funny is that, some of the big wigs and stuff, like you said, they don't like criticism. Now, I'm going off track a little bit, but recently there was something posted in one of the Bigfoot things. And I'm not going to say who the big wig is, but they're, widely known celebrity, and they've been on TV more times than I've been around or whatever. But anyway, they posted a thing that this is the sound of a squatch. And I listened to it and I went, where's the proof of that? And they're like, what do you mean? I've heard this before. I said, okay, you've heard it before, but does that actually mean that it is a Sasquatch? No. If there's no proof of this, if there's no photo of this Bigfoot screaming or howling, whatever,
we don't know.
Really can't say exactly what that is. There's so many animals out there, and they can make different sounds, And there was even one guy that agreed with what I said, and he thought it sounded more like a pack of coyotes or wolves together. And this guy got really mad, and he wouldn't let me go on it. And he kept arguing with me. And I said, he goes, well, you just don't believe in Bigfoot. I said, believe in him? I seen him.
Yeah.
Like 2017, told him the story where I was and everything. I even turned it into MUFON and never heard nothing back again. And it's not even posted on anything.
Yeah.
I said, I'm an eyewitness. Well, when exactly did you post it? I said, a week after it happened.
Right.
Well, I never, seen this or something. I go, well, did you turn it into the local teams? I said, yes, I did. Squatchers, and he just didn't say much of anything. And not MUFON, Bigfoot, it was stuff.
And we went to go look, and we couldn't even get past that area where you saw it, Jerry. So, I mean, I just don't understand a lot of this whole stuff about, so there is no proof of a Bigfoot, and you're right. We don't even know what he sounds like.
Right.
Absolutely
and no, this,
not.
I just want to say this, that Steph wrote in there for MUFON. And no, it was for Bigfoot. It was a Bigfoot thing on Facebook. And he just kept on going. He wouldn't let me go until he thought that he was right. And of course, it was, people that are followers or drink the Kool-Aid that were like, oh, you don't know what you're talking about, talking to me. And it's like, actually, I do. I said, I'm a skeptical person, but if it's real, where is, was it a Minnesota group? No, it was way above that pay grade of a Minnesota group. Way above. It was like you would have to go search the shows to find them.
Really?
I think that threw it out who it is.
Yeah.
But no, I just couldn't believe that. I was totally in shock because, I mean, there is there's truth behind things and there's fantasies behind things. Right. And if you're going to be that person that is going to claim that this stuff happened, then you better know that it really did happen, that you've actually seen this. Right. You just can't say it happened.
Right.
Right.
And so far there is no video showing a Bigfoot hollering out there. So, we just we just have to go with the flow and just, but I get it. I totally get it.
I mean, it's like getting a ghost to knock back when you knock on the wall. Yeah, you can howl or whatever, and if you get a howl back, but who's to say that wasn't the wolf?
Well, I'll tell you this much.
I don't know.
One time I was with what group was it with? Oh, what am I saying? What group? I was with Odyssey with Mike, and we did a investigation together. And apparently, they hear knocks when you knock back. So we asked them to knock, and sure enough, we kind of found that it was the client that did it. So, yeah. So, I mean, people want to have their strange activity, and I think it's all about mental illness sometimes, so I'm just saying it's just
Yeah.
out there. Yep.
People are
Yep.
going to believe what they want to believe.
Exactly. And there are people who think this is, and the funny thing is that the place was haunted. It's just that they were making it more exaggerated.
Yep.
And they just didn't want, they had some kind of mental type thing. So I was like, oh my gosh, this is ridiculous. So yeah, I was really ticked, to be truthful.
Yeah.
Oh, I'm sorry. I'm raising my hand. Sherry asked, Patterson film, fake or real?
Well, go ahead, Sherry.
Well, I'm asking you guys the question.
Oh, I think, I don't know. I have this, some things I feel that, well, I lived in California, so I was really excited about that.
Okay,
I'm just
so
saying.
okay, you're excited about it. You lived out there and stuff like
I
that.
lived out there.
But-
Oh my God, there's Bigfoot in the backyard. That's how I looked at it.
Okay, so far you're skirting over the question. Real or fake?
I don't know. It's a
Jury is out.
That's what somebody said in there. I don't think that it's real. I mean, everybody's like, "Oh, you couldn't have faked that back in those days." Yes, you could. You had people believing the creature from the Black Lagoon was real, and that person was running around, and people were scared crapless.
Which is ridiculous, because that was about one of the worst costumings I've ever seen.
Right.
My great-great-grandfather worked on that.
That's nice.
Just kidding. No, I'm kidding.
It was still a bad costume.
It was, but I mean, so was that if you really take a look at it.
I don't know. I looked at that several times, and that's why there are certain things that made me go, maybe. Don't know.
Did you take a look at the 4K colorized?
No, I have not seen that.
Okay, take a look at that. That's on YouTube.
Okay.
And then take a look at apes, gorillas, the way they walk.
Okay.
I mean, really concentrate on their butt, on their legs. Now, when I seen that Bigfoot, I watched his butt, his legs, his calves, thighs, stomach, arms, everything. I watched that with great detail. I wouldn't take my eyes off that because I didn't care about a picture or a video. I wanted to know, is this real or not?
Okay.
And of course, and Karen even says, why does no one ever talk about the stupid face? Bingo, Karen. Somebody get her a dozen cookies, because it's true. Nobody talks about the stupid face. So, I mean, Karen, touchdown, Karen. All right, it's true. And yes, Patty's got a lot of junk in the trunk if it's real, and it's not real. It looks like a giant pillow about to fall down.
Yeah, I'm going to look at it. I haven't seen it in a while, so I would have to go back and look at it.
They did a better digital, apparently, to this film, so that's why. And everybody started questioning it. So
of the 4K colorized version of it, and really research it. Even look how. I'm not telling you to go to a porn site of a man, but take a look at how a man walks and stuff, or how a woman walks, how their legs and how their muscles work and stuff.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'll look at it.
There you go. Okay, are you done? Did you look at it yet?
No, I didn't look at it, Jerry. I'm in the middle of a show. Hello.
That's funny. No, thank you, Karen. You hit it really big with that, too. I think it's interesting. I don't know if it's fake. I've heard many people say there's no way anyone had that tech to make that suit back then. Yes, they did. Yes, they did.
I heard another story about something about they were in puppeteering, and this person that made this particular suit, that they had this parent. So I do question it, because apparently there was some kind of I can't remember. It was on it was about the Bigfoot. It was about the, because they claimed all this stuff, so they had to, and somebody investigated more so. So they were saying whoever made the suit was in a puppeteering type, knew how to make this suit. So that's all I know.
Right. Well, Kat's saying, yeah, Jerry, but apes, gorillas don't walk upright like we do. Bigfoot, if they exist, do. They do, but they walk. If you take a look at animal and human, there is, a little coincidence in both of them on how they walk and how they can walk to mimic, a human. Mm-hmm. Not saying that Bigfoot's trying to mimic anything, but, and if Shaquille O'Neal heard what I was about to say, he'd be mad. But if you watched how Shaquille O'Neal just walks nowadays, being old as he is and stuff, that's exactly how that Bigfoot walked.
Yeah, I just watched it.
You watched what?
I just watched the video. It was posted here.
And what did you say?
Jeff just posted it. Yeah, you're right. It looks much more fake now.
Yeah, see?
Yeah.
But the thing too is when we saw print, us and the girls, we saw them in stride. They don't walk like human, apparently. I mean, if this is what this is. So far we see that it's one foot in front of the other, not side by side like human. Do you know what I mean? Or animal, not side by side, So they're in stride, like big distance between the print that from what we've seen so far. So we don't know for sure, but yet and so far everybody says that. So
right.
So just saying.
Yeah. Kat posted a video that says that experts say Bigfoot is real. We're not saying that it's not.
Right.
And I've seen it. I know they do. But what I'm saying is that the video, that's what we're talking about, is the video is not real. I know that Bigfoot is real. I was shocked that day that I seen it, and I didn't want to take my eyes off of it. Mm-hmm. I even wanted to call Steph and the little girls, the Squatchers, and let them know, but I didn't want to take my eyes off to try to find their number, during it. Once he walked into the woods, I called. Right.
Right. And when, like I said, there's a lot more footage out there that people have put out there that it's like, now that I could see. But with this new film and the way they redid everything. So anyways, so I think so too. I agree.
Okay, I'll just say it. It's time for break. Waiting for Kim to do it, and she's like, huh? He's making really weird hand signs at me. Okay, it's time for break, everybody. We'll be right back in 2 minutes.
If you're looking for a truly unique podcast experience, we have you covered. Spirit Bayou with CJ Dunham airs live from the Third Coast in Southeast Texas on Tuesday and Fridays at midnight Eastern Time, covering Creole folklore and folk magic to strange paranormal activity to new equipment for the field. CJ Dunham is a Catholic swamp witch, a devotee to our Mother Mary in the Trinity, a true believer in our Lord, the Holy Ghost, and Christ. Peace be with your spirit and the Spirit's Bayou.
wondering why you received this tape from a random stranger.
What was that?
What?
I heard something.
Like what?
Like a gunshot.
But is it really random? Am I really a stranger? Or are we connected in some way to a web of lies and deceit? Possibly murder?
I'm sorry about our argument the other day. I'd like to make it up to you. In your office. I've been such a bad girl. I need you to correct me.
Okay. I'll unlock the door.
Hello, Ben! How are ya?
You see, I hear things, see things. I know everything. To protect myself, I need these stories to be told.
Blood Noir is a crime and horror anthology show. Stories about people caught in desperate times and only have one way out.
And we're back. This is Jerry with The Calling, with Kimberly and Willow, the Wimberleys. And hey, if you're enjoying the show and you're like, I missed the first half, well, guess what? You can go to the callingradioshow.com tomorrow after 4 o'clock, or you can go to our YouTube channel, The Calling Radio Show. Also, it's listed there. And please do subscribe. And there is tons of video and everything to watch there. And if you really want to have top-notch entertainment, that's Para X. There is so many cool shows on. Right after us, there's Geeks Paranormal. Check them out. The ladies do an awesome job. Every Tuesday night, there is The Gathering with Stephanie and Heidi, and they have an awesome time. They do a great time. That's Tuesday at 8 p.m. Central Standard Time, 9 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, only on Para X. All right, we are completely back now, and let's see. Wow, we got a lot of stuff going on in the chat
Yeah,
room.
I was noticed that.
Yeah, I was changing seats. I have a couch that sucks. So now I'm actually, if anybody has a few extra dollars, send it my way so I can get a recliner. This is terrible. Okay, so Karen, I don't doubt the existence of Bigfoot. I just think Patterson film is bogus. Yep, very much so. Let's see what else we have here. The articles mention the Patterson film, and that's why I posted it. Okay, thank you, Kat. I'm not convinced that it's faked. Okay, that's good. I mean, that's everybody gets an opinion. Mine is just fact. Let's see, Steph says, I think it is really difficult to say for sure, to be honest. I think to me it doesn't look real, but the thing is, if Squatchers were out and captured video of a Squatch, somehow people would say the same.
Absolutely.
That's the big thing right there. Yeah.
Absolutely, Steph.
Yeah.
No one's going to believe you, no matter what. You
Yep.
know?
Exactly. What is this one here? About the Patterson film. At this point, I am as confident as I can be short of the standing on the sandbar with Roger and Bob. Witnessed it myself, said Jeffrey Meldrum, professor, and I just don't know about this guy either. Obviously, that's a man in a fur suit. Until you see it up against a man in a fur suit, it still can be. This video, even back in those days, and everything else can be faked. I mean, there was many people back in the 60s, 50s, 60s, even the 40s that were claiming that UFOs hit their car or try to beam them up and stuff.
Right.
And so they did certain things to make everything. And that's the thing that hurts. That's where somebody once said to me, why does it matter, Jerry? Why does it matter, if it's real or not? Because you can't prove something if somebody is trying to prove it wrong.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Right.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
It's just wrong. But I don't know. It's weird. That's my opinion, and I'm entitled to it. So, all right, what's next on the list?
What'd we say with our little research of topics to discuss? What about psychometry? I want to throw the word out there since Jerry has trouble pronouncing that word. So let's talk about that.
Sounds good.
So I think a lot of people know what psychometry is, but that's what I want to do at the Humbird. I want to touch things. I want to touch them and feel them and see who's attached to them.
That's a huge thing too, with all of the mirrors and the new pictures they're bringing in. New pictures, not nude pictures. These are all antiques. So, Kimberly, I was doing pretty good until you had to snicker. But no, they've been bringing in all sorts of antique things, not smudging them off, and and some of them are photos of people, which, if you look at the photo, it's who is it? What?
Right.
Who were they? So it's the mystery of it that actually gets you too. So it might not even be haunted. It's just the mystery around who this person is. They do have one photo, as a matter of fact. What do you call that when you make a photo and you look at it from kind of far away and it's kind of really scary? It's like a skull picture.
Oh, what do they call those? I know, like it changes, it shifts.
Right.
Okay. They make them for Halloween props.
Right. Well, this one here is an old one that was made many, many years back, and they have it in one of the rooms. Now, that particular room is one that Steph and I and Nicole stayed in.
Mm-hmm.
And Steph, do you want to put in the chat room there why we all stayed in one room? Let's see if she'll write it in there before I say why. But no, the stuff that they have up, I mean, gives you the willies, especially the mirrors and stuff, which are really strange. And Willow, you'll be there soon.
I'm looking forward to it.
Yes. So Willow LeMachant, our co-host, we're going to be doing an event at the Humbird, and I was talking to the owner's son, or I do believe he is the owner too, Levi, and he was saying, I didn't want to be all by lonesome in one big room. You were scared. You plainly said, I'm not sleeping in my own, room and stuff. So, yeah, okay. So anyway, Willow is going to be coming, and she's going to be doing readings, tarot readings, and witchy stuff that be pretty cool. And you'll get to learn about the Humbird, and it'd be kind of interesting to have your take on what's there. Now, here's the deal. They really don't want anything taken out unless it's dangerous. I know. Nicole didn't want to stay there either. Just say, and me, I didn't want to stay in that bed that I was in, because if this bed is $3,000 mattress, I'm sure it's comfortable. But the bedspread they got for it looks like the inside of a coffin.
Perfect.
Oh, God.
Have you ever seen how much money they put into a coffin? They are very beautiful. Just saying.
Yeah, well, no, thank you. No, thank you. And yeah, so there. But anyway, it was a pretty incredible place. There was howls and screams in the night, and I apologized for those.
Because he was scared.
Well, one quick story. I don't know if I told it last week or not, but there was a howl or a scream that came from inside the building. Did I talk about this?
Yeah, you did talk about that. Yep.
Yeah, well, then all of a sudden I couldn't get back to sleep and had to go to the bathroom, and I didn't want to go alone. So Big Tough Jerry had to wake up the girls and say, "You guys got to go potty." Anyway, he woke us up out of a dead sleep. Right, I'm sure you were dead.
Dead. Get it? Dead.
Dead.
Right. It was a very interesting place, and they have great food and great entertainment there. Fantastic people.
Awesome. Yeah, I'm looking forward to the psychometry part of it for one, and to just talk to the ghosts because, I want to see who was trying to chase you out, Jerry.
Oh, it was, I was just going through some of the stuff, and it's like somebody took a hammer right next to my voice recorder and went bang, bang, bang 3 times.
Oh, wow.
I mean, right next to it, it is so loud. Jerry's scream woke you up, and then had to hold his hand all the way to the bathroom. No, it's not all true. Anyway.
I think you were just afraid to sleep in that really expensive bed in case you wet it because you were so scared.
No, it's not that. There actually was Asian beetles in that room.
Oh.
And they were all over the place.
It's an older place, so of course they go through the cracks.
Yeah, they only stay for a couple weeks and then they're gone. So
yeah, yes, yeah. I don't care about ghosts. They don't bother me at all. You name it, they don't bother me. Keep the bugs away from me. I really don't like bugs.
Yeah, neither do I. They're icky. They mess up my hair. So, but the room we stayed in and everything was one that was sided all inside and everything, so it was perfect. The one room that Steph originally was supposed to stay in, the pink room, I think they called it, was one where someone said, "Hello," and then a girl yelled back, "Hello," out of that room. And I would have been a little nervous about it, too. So...
my house is haunted. So for me, it's just another Tuesday or Wednesday. It's like.
Well, that's here too in the apartment. It's still haunted, but we really haven't had anything going on. I don't think it figured out yet how to use the new microwave. So.
Oh, well, good.
So that's good. And we have a 4-slice toaster. Who has a 4-slice toaster?
Not me. I use my iron skillet.
Do you really?
Yeah. I make my toast in my iron skillet. Yeah, my cast iron.
Willow?
Uh-huh.
I'm sorry, Kimberly?
What I have a fryer now, and it toasts too.
Wow. So, yeah. I can't believe it. That's like going back to old school.
For just me alone, I just don't want to have to bring out my toaster oven that I have and takes up too much counter space. So if I'm making a piece of toast, just do it in the fry pan and then make my eggs. Easy. Yeah. Easy peasy.
Easy peasy, lemon squeezy.
I'm just lazy.
Yeah. In this photo right here, this is the bathroom that's upstairs. And Steph took a picture, and there's something in between. And I already called Chris about it, the manager, and she took a look. There's nothing there. So whatever that is, it's very strange. To me, it's alien.
That's pretty cool.
Yeah. I would say
interdimensional
okay, now that,
being.
yep, and that's something we were going to talk about tonight.
Yeah.
Willow, why don't you start out since you picked out the topics?
Okay.
God.
Okay. Well, the whole thing was Jerry says, "What are we going to talk about, ladies?" And I went, "I have no clue. My brain is dead." So I decided, well, what do you do when you don't know what you're going to do? You go to Google. And I Googled paranormal topics to discuss. And I got a bunch of them. So I thought, let's talk about interdimensional versus alien or extraterrestrial, because they're all kind of alien to us. But extraterrestrial versus interdimensional. And so what I'm seeing in this picture that Steph is in, that looks more like interdimensional beings. And it's like we're multidimensional beings. We live in simultaneous lifetimes. Most people, it's hard to wrap your head around that because we're living this lifetime in the third dimension. And it's hard for us to think about being in another dimension and not knowing that we are. Sometimes maybe in your dreams you might see them. Anyway, but interdimensional beings are just higher vibrational beings that can come through from a different dimension into ours. Now, whatever their meaning or reason for being, sometimes maybe they're trying to help us. Maybe they're trying to communicate with us. I don't think they're there to harm us. But when I saw that picture, that looks more like a light being or an interdimensional being, not so much just a spirit coming through.
Right, but what is now? Karen is saying that they can be both. I think so. What is the definition then of what's the difference between extraterrestrial and the other one?
Interdimensional? I think they could be both. I think in that way, yes, she could be correct. Because if an extraterrestrial would come into this third dimension, they have the ability to come in and out, I believe, of dimensions. But if you think about extraterrestrial, they're not from this planet. Okay? And on this planet, we could have multi-dimensions. Their planet could have multi-dimensions, but we're not on that planet. Or are we?
Oh, there you go. That's a good question. Willow, or gosh darn it, Kimberly, well, are we?
I agree with what Willow was saying. So, I don't know. I mean, interdimensional. I agree.
You couldn't say it either. Okay, so yeah. Steve B is asking, here's a question for you. Do you think we dream in different dimensions?
Yes.
Yes, I agree.
Yes.
Why do you agree?
There's just been, for me, there's been too many dreams where I'm lucid and I just know that it's real. I'm experiencing something that's real, but I'm not the person that I am in this dimension. I'm seeing through someone else's eyes. For me, that's my guides are taking me to a different dimension to show me what's going on over there. And it's been very strange because I will see the same people that I know in this dimension, but they're in that, and they're doing different things. They're in different lines of work. They're acting differently. It's like somebody may be a believer over here, and over there's a skeptic. It's like completely the same person, but not. It's really hard to explain, especially on the radio.
Why?
Why is it hard to explain?
Because you're on the radio.
Well, because it would take me a long time to try to explain it, for one thing, and we only have less than 30 minutes. So
okay, then Steve B's saying if that is true, then through lucid dreaming we can go to different dimensions.
Yes.
You positive?
Oh, I've seen it.
Okay.
Yes.
I've gone through it. Just by meditating. So in interdimension. Yep. So I believe it.
Okay, interesting.
So I was in meditation form and sleep. So I kind of did that. And then I literally felt like if I was in the air. And I literally felt like, I even felt like I was falling and I could see these lights just going beyond me. It was just crazy. So, yep. So, yeah.
Yep.
Interesting.
What about you, Jerry? Have you ever traveled to another dimension while sleeping?
Actually, yes, and also while I was awake.
Okay.
I know that
Awesome.
sounds really strange, but
No,
again,
Not
when
to
I was
us.
a kid, we talked about it many times on the show, being able to go from 14 back to 7
okay.
and then back again. Yeah, that was crazy. So it can happen.
Yeah.
Yeah. But back in those days, I was 14. I was smoking, but I couldn't purchase cigarettes back when I was 7, which would have been cheaper to bring them back. But it's just the way stuff goes.
Yeah, but
That was
smoking
a
is bad.
joke. That was a joke.
Smoking is bad. That's the lesson.
So Steve's even saying, in lucid dreaming, you have control of that dream.
Yes.
Yeah.
Which
Okay.
I did. Yeah. Even when I was in the other dimension, I told myself where I was, what was going on, and that if I didn't like what was going on, I would just leave. And it happens all the time.
I've never been able to leave a dream. I've always got to let it play out because I'm always curious about what is going to happen. But yet, when it starts to get to its crescendo, then I can leave if I want. But that's the only chance that I've ever get.
Well,
It's
I'll generally, try to see what's going on. But if it gets to the point where I feel that it's dangerous for my spirit to be there anymore, that's when I get out of it.
Okay.
It's almost like my guides are going, no, it's okay now, let's go.
Bye-bye now. Bye-bye.
Yeah. You've seen enough. We've experienced enough. We can go now. Yeah.
Interesting. Okay, what else we got?
I don't know. What did you guys come up with?
Nothing. You had a whole bunch of stuff. We agreed to it. What's your next one? You know what? Okay, hold on. I want everybody to know this, is that usually I come up with the topics every week. So this time I put it on good old Wimberley's.
I've come up with some topics.
I have too.
Well, I'm not saying you didn't. I'm just saying this time it was up to the Wimberleys, and you're part of the Wimberleys, Kimberly. So, and it's like, I didn't know what you guys were going to have to do. And I've been trying to get all my evidence done before, we go on Saturday. And I never had time to take a look at anything. And then I thought, she'll know what she's talking about.
The chat has their own thing going on right now.
I know, right?
I know. Wow.
They're talking about hypnosis.
Yeah.
Kat, if we can change dreams, control what happens in them, maybe we do that under hypnosis too. Maybe hypnotizing is to get a true version of something isn't as true as we think.
Have you guys ever been hypnotized?
Yes.
Yes.
Have you?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Yep.
Just one.
Yep. I still have horrible dreams about it.
Really?
I won't ever forget mine. I'll tell you.
What was yours?
I had a friend who was practicing how to do hypnosis. Don't ever let somebody practice on you. I'm just going to let you know that. It was Halloween, and the guy that was my friend hypnotized me back to one of my former lives. 1692. Well, actually, it was after 1692. And I was in stocks in the middle of a town square, and I saw the what do they call that? The block on the building, with the date. It said 1692, and all I could see were my feet and these old boots and a long skirt.
Really?
And when he brought me back, he brought back that person, not me, and he had trouble getting me to. Yeah, it was a mess. And I had just gotten married. That was funny. And I just remembered after that, when I finally got back to normal, I remember my husband going, I just wanted my wife back. We'd only been married for like 3 days. It's funny.
Well, wait a minute. No, Karen is saying that was a past life regression. That's what it sounds like to me, too.
By accident.
Don't shoot the messenger, Karen says.
Oh.
Like I said, he didn't know what he was doing. It was supposed to just be hypnosis. And the next thing I know, I'm Rose in a different time.
Wow. If you guys could see the faces she makes when she talks, it's unbelievable.
And her hands are flying at the same time.
Oh, yeah. I thought she was swatting at bugs, but I guess...
That's why they should watch my videos on YouTube. It's awesome.
Okay, guys, hold on. Kat we only got 2 minutes left. Kat says, can you explain a bit about hypnosis, and if doing it to get to a past life is real? I mean, then what if during it we do like a lucid dream and it comes out as we want it to have been?
I'm not sure if that's a possibility. I don't know enough about hypnosis. That was like the only experience I had, and after that I didn't want to do it again, to be completely honest with you. But I would imagine that we have the ability to change our memories to the way we wanted them to have been. We do. And that's a way that we can actually heal from past traumas.
Oh, it could have been just a good imagination too.
Well, I don't know, but Rose has been stuck around since 1986.
Okay. Well, cool. This has been an awesome show, ladies.
Good job.
I think so.
There was actually more topics, but we did enough banter where we got rid of that. So
yeah. Well, I didn't even have Bigfoots. I didn't have Bigfoot.
I know. I don't know what happened with that.
Yeah, he had to contribute,
Yeah. All right, you guys. Well, thank you all very much for listening. We very, very much appreciate it. And everybody be kind to one another.
Yes.
And Sarge, thank you so much. Para-X, you rock. And to all the troops out there, God bless you all. And hang tight. You'll be home before you know it. And thank you, ladies, very much. And we'll talk to you all. See you all next week. Bye-bye.